5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right, how's everybody doing? Look at that, my hands disappeared. See this? Look at this. I'm fading into black. Is that some weird green screen stuff going on? Good morning, you're here live with me. It is 10:01. We're on the East Coast of North America. It is a gray, glum, but temperate day, so I have no complaints. Today it's just me. I'm flying solo, so it's going to be a little different show. Actually, let me see who's here. I've got some people just hanging around. We're going to do a few different things today. We're just going to talk, and I'm going to answer some questions, hopefully. Nothing under a subpoena. And we'll talk about the various issues of the day. Just looking at the news, it's the usual. It's like a dumpster fire. Stocks are struggling, but you've got people saying nowhere near the bottom. Well, great. Food prices are at a record high. Hey, Brian, how are you, man? What's happening? Greetings from Gotham, and hope it's all shaking good in Indiana. Speaking of shaking, do you guys ever get earthquakes in Indiana? It's a question for you, Brian, since you're the only guy here, and I'm curious about that. In other news, we have a new news reader for the government. We have Janice Psaki is out, and in her place, we have Jean-Pierre. Lovely lady. Nice smile on her face. She's happy. She has a new gig. She'll be out there. She'll probably be into the whiskey by the end of the month. I cannot imagine a worse job than having to go out in front of the news every day and tell them whatever the government has to say. I think really they should hire me to do it because I could add a little entertaining spin on it. We could make it much more entertaining. Although I have to say, it's really sad, speaking of entertaining, that Helen... what was her name? She used to sit in the front row. She's a Helen Thomas. There we go. Now, I know that some people really like her, but I just found her tedious. So, Brian, you do get them. You've never felt one. Okay. Well, I've had them. What's up, Kim? How about you, baby? Have you had any earthquake activity in your neighborhood? As I explained earlier, it's just me, so I'm just going to be sitting here kind of extemporaneously speaking, trying to entertain you for the next hour. Sammy's out. She had some gigs and stuff last night. I'm hoping our man Irish will be joining us just for a stop in and say hello. And, right now I just got you and Kim. If you have any questions, suggestions, or anything you'd like me to talk about or you'd like to talk about, speak up. And if you really got something on your mind, hell, I can bring you on and we'll bring you on in front of the audience and see what we can do to expand their mind. I'm looking at this guy. Now, they're saying stocks struggle. I just got to say, take a look at this guy. Where the hell is he? There he is. He looks nervous. It's really odd. My camera's acting flaky today, but yeah, this guy's sitting here struggling. I think he just lost his whole portfolio. It just went down the tank. He's sitting there having only in California when you were a kid. I guess the reason I'm bringing it up is we have occasionally gotten some here in New Jersey, and I have felt them on 2 occasions since I moved back. When I was a kid, I also felt them a couple times. Nothing at all like the LA earthquakes. Pardon me. A little cottonmouth this morning. I don't know why. Can leave it to your imagination. So one thing that's cool that's about to happen in Florida, and this is badass. I Google all your big words. You're a funny guy, Brian. They are having the Formula One racing in Miami, and that is going on this weekend. And it's just going to be crazy. Let's see. This is the weekend. Formula One, 4-night supper club. It goes through Sunday as American Express presents Carbone Beach on 18th in the ocean. We've had a SpaceX launch, splashdown in Florida. And this is like a Super Bowl size party. If you're looking to go, it's $3,000. Gets you a hell of a meal. You get to hang with the Goober Smoochers. The food and beverage, it's just an incredible thing. Raw bar, all this good stuff. I remember when they had the Formula One racing in St. Pete, Florida, and I found it was great. Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be going to a Derby Day party tomorrow. Glad you mentioned that, Brian. Brian, anybody here who's watching, have you ever made it to the Derby? I have not, although I was in town. I was in Cincinnati the weekend of the Derby, going to a wedding once. And let me tell you, that was not the weekend to try and get a flight. It was pretty crazy. They tell me that the Derby is really a hoot. I would love to do that sometime. Go spend the day, eat well, bet a little money. I'm not really a bettor. I don't like, spending my cash on stuff like that. I think life's enough of a bet without me risking losing what little bit of money I have. It's laughable. But so what's going on? What are you guys doing this weekend? Brian, do you have any plans? Are you hanging at the house playing darts? What are you up to? I know I will watch the Derby because I'll be at my friend's house and we have a small wager. And I don't know. That's my plan. I'm sticking to it. Good food, good fun. I don't know. I've been thinking about just playing some bits from an old show. If you guys are up for that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be making noises with my mouth. I have this thing in it. I'm trying to wet my whistle. Good morning, Gina. We're here on Tell It All Friday with Neve, where we ask probing questions about your life, your mind, your body, your soul, and all that good stuff. Now, we're just here yakking this morning, Gina. This is what we're going to call freeform Neve Radio because I'm missing a couple of hosts. We don't have a guest today. So I'm kind of my own guest, and you guys are my guests. If anybody wants to come on, if you'd like to be on the show, watch the Derby, shoot pool. Gina, you're such a good girl. Yes, we know. I've seen that look in your eye. Mm-hmm. But I am glad you guys are here. We have Bert Higgins this afternoon. Finally, after 3 weeks of trying to get him on, we'll have him on at the 4:00 show. Bert has had a great hit single called Key Largo. He's also had some other singles which have done very well, but you wouldn't know it because in China and Asia, it's an amazing market for him. And so we'll be talking to him about that for any of you, my musician friends who are out there. It's a very wide open market. And if you take away all the tensions in the world and all that stuff, you can make a lot of money there. So if you're in a band and you are a great band, you might want to consider getting your agent to look in the Middle East, or not the Middle East, rather the Far East, excuse me, or far west from here. So let me think. What else is going on? I've been watching Toby's weekly music runs. Gosh, the girl gets around. She's just incredible and everywhere. All right. Close that. Close all that. Let's see what people are doing here on the other channel. So I know you guys are setting into deep boredom. I'm going to go ahead and start juggling in a moment. If I can find my balls. They're not here, so we'll have to forgo that. Deborah Norman, good morning. We got Australia kicking in. We got Kim, we got Gina, we got everybody here. Is it Red Rock on your green screen? Yes, that is Red Rock indeed. Red Rocks. In fact, while we're doing that, we'll show you the mysteries of the green screen. Let me get down here. By the way, everybody, if anybody knows anyone out there who's a little weird, I need a rock and roll chick who wants to be a part-time co-host on the show. Sam's great. She's here for eternity. But we do have days like today where we're looking to have a little more depth. So we have some more cast members, and So I'm looking for a woman who is funny, witty, not easily frightened by comedy, and who likes to have some fun and make a little money while they're doing it. Let's see. We've got somebody here who's chiming in. I apologize. Today's show is going to be just sort of chill. Yeehaw! Hey, Jace, what's happening, man? We're getting back to the green screen fuckery, as we'll call it. The green screen, for those of you who don't know what it is that thing, if you look here behind me, I can't really pull it because it's attached to the wall, but if you'll notice here at my temples, you can see green through there. If you look through my head, you'd see, I don't know, cheese in there. At any rate, that green is there, and they filter out all colors of green out of this. And if I get out of the way, that's what you see. Or you can see the view from my roof, I think. No, it's not changing it. Background. Not doing that one either. This is weird. Why? Okay, well, let's go over here and see what we have here. We have some other backgrounds. If anybody also wants to start an iPad, or excuse me, a video podcast, give me a call. Let's see if we can send you in the right direction. So here you can see that's a different backdrop. Live with Neve graphic. See, the mic is showing up kind of, but it has a blue U to it, so it's not really doing well. This is a picture from Afghanistan by one of our viewers, one of our guests, actually. This is his picture of, I believe, Mazar Shreve in Afghanistan. A horrible place. My friend is still stuck there. And for those of you who are talking about, here you go. And that's Red Rocks empty before sound check. It's when they're just loading in. You can see it's quite the fun place. And then here, there it is. That is the view from the studio. If you look immediately, it looks like left, but it's stage right. And the water's right there, and the bridge is right there. And it's a beautiful thing. I'm just going to leave that up because it kind of looks like today. We'll see what you guys are commenting on over here. Oh, you got a warning again, Kim, huh? What did you do to get a warning? Tell it all, Kim. People want to know. They want to hear your sins confessed. We can assign you a proper penance. And I see somebody else is just logging in here. I don't know who it is yet, but welcome to Live with Neve. This is kind of freeform Friday. Anything goes this morning. We don't have any guests. We're just talking. I'm answering questions. If you have any guests you'd like to have back, I do have some great guests coming on this month. I've got T-Bear coming on. Have to go get during the break, I'll get my catalog here, my book. And I can tell you who we've got on. We've got some great folks. Today we have Bert Higgins with the hit Key Largo. And he's made a fairly decent living off of that song, amongst others. A very talented guy. He's been all around the world. He's made a great life for himself. And he's a nice guy, and he's seen all. We talked for a couple of hours last week, and I had a good time. Ended up making a friend, and I really like that. Hey, Terry, what's happening? Good morning. You're back. Get your book. Thank you, Gina. We're going to be taking a break in about a minute, so let me get over here to the brand chapter. And let's see what we're going to bring up for brand. Here we go. I'm looking for Joseph Flynn. He's from Ireland. I'm going through all these things like looped camel sounds. Let's see what we've got here.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
I'm back. Isn't that quick? That was a 10:15 break. It was all of 29 seconds. So I do have some great guests coming up I want to talk about. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Deb. Everybody's here. So this month, Bert Higgins this afternoon at 4. Next Friday, I have one of my favorite guests coming on. I have the amazing and talented Michael Shreve from Santana, the drummer who was at Woodstock. He also played on a bunch of session albums, including one that's one of my personal favorites. It's called by Stomo Yamashita and Klaus Vorman. And it's just great. The amazing talents of Michael playing drums and Stomo Yamashita doing the synthesizer work. It's just incredible. And so we have Michael on. It was, I believe, he was 18 or 19 when he joined Santana. That was like his first real gig. And if you've ever seen his drum solo at Woodstock, the man can play some drums. He's just exceptional, and I'm really excited to have him here. And then I have on the 20th, the wonderful and talented and an old friend of ours, Greg Adams, will be here. We'll be doing a little playing, and we'll be talking about all the great things that East Bay Soul is doing these days. They've been out and kicking ass for quite a while now. Let's see. Who else? I have T-Bear last week of the month, and that is going to be great fun. See if I can't line up some special guests to ambush him when he's on. I'm kidding about that, T-Bear. If anything, I'll try and get your other cohorts in your band effort. For those of you who don't know and who are watching or not watching, everybody here who's watching I know knows who I'm talking about. But for the people who watch later tonight, and check out T-Bear's album. It's exceptional. It's on all the usual locations. So the album is great. There's not a bad cut on it. And T-Bear himself is just a great guy. He did a real favor for me, which I'm appreciative of. I can't really tell you why, but he is a cool guy, and he's an incredible songwriter, and I like him. He's good people, definitely. So I can't wait meet some of these people in the next coming month. Let's see what else here we've got on the hotline. I know. Some notes from some of these people. Jerry Murata is playing. He's out playing the music of Peter Gabriel, which he toured with it. He's got a band of people who were in the original Peter Gabriel band. And then he's got some young hotshots who are just incredible, and they're playing the music from Security and things like that, the older Peter Gabriel catalog, which is great stuff. And the tour that Jerry played on was just exceptional. There's YouTube videos of it out there. And, I want to hear him playing all the good Shock the Monkey and all that cool stuff. Peter Gabriel is exceptional. Speaking of drummers, it's people who sing and are hooked up with him. You've also got Phil Collins, which is pretty tragic watching what's happened to his legs and his ability to perform. It's really sad. He was an amazing talent. I did meet him a few times and had the chance to sit and talk with him for an hour or two on a couple of occasions. All I can tell you, people who worked for him liked him. Real gentleman, proper English guy. Had no, he did not have a huge ego, as far as I could tell from talking to him, which is kind of nice. He had every reason to. But just a real down-to-earth kind of a guy. And I'm sad. I once had the pleasure of being – I was working at an arena doing camera work in Florida. We were installing cameras ostensibly to catch people smoking pot in the arena. This was a long time ago, and I felt terrible, but also I had to eat. So I was there doing that project, and they had rented the Lakeland Civic Center for – I believe it was 2 months of rehearsals. And I don't mean just rehearsals where the band comes in. I'm talking full technical rehearsal. Load the trucks, unload the truck, rig it, bring the band in to do a sound check about 4 or 2, take it down, put it back in the trucks, drive it out, get up and do it again in the morning every day. They did that for a couple of weeks before they brought the band in, just to make sure it was all right. I had a couple of moments that were kind of fun. Watching the stage gave me a a good laugh because Peter Gabriel had not seen the stage. They contracted for it. And when it came in, he was not happy with the design of it. And for those of you who saw the tour that year, that would have been around 95, 96. Not sure positive date, but right around 95 or 96. And it was in the round. But the first thing he had to say when he looked at it, he goes, "This isn't what I fucking paid for." Which, that was kind of, I saw his guy and the people from the company who built the stage were there. And, you could just see their look, his body language, everything. You could tell when he first looked at it, he hated it. But once they got out there and they started talking it out and looking at the blueprints and, they moved and adjusted a few things. It's really kind of hard when the stage is there being set up to change it and send it back to whoever made the stage. It's just like, not happening. So it went up. It did turn out to be the one that, was supposed to be there, and Peter was happy. And then I got to watch them rehearse for the whole month. It was exceptional. I remember the day Phil got there, he had a Willys Jeep, and there was a big moving van outside. And I knew he was coming, but I didn't expect him that day. And this big moving van pulls up. A ramp comes out the back, and then this old military Jeep from the 40s, World War II vintage, backs down off the ramp, and it's Phil Collins. He brought this Jeep with him to tool around Lakeland, which has got a nice little downtown and nice place to visit. So that was my first experience. And then, of course, there's always got to be some intrigue and mystery wherever I go. It's possible, Brian. I don't really know. I hadn't heard that. Let me put that up there. It is possible, but I think about when I watched him play. He didn't have any. He had pretty good posture when he was playing. It's hard not to when you're playing, but he's been doing it a long time. I know him myself. Hey, I've been playing drums I'm 60 now, so I've been playing for 54 years roughly. 53 years, something like that. And I went to the surgeon yesterday. The good news is my wrist does not require surgery. They're going to give me the old cortisone shots, which I know you're not supposed to get into those, but I need them. And I will just tell you, 60 years of beating on things with a stick, you get some bruises. Yes, Pam, I am flying solo this morning. Sammy had a gig, and I'm here. I was going to go ahead and book somebody, but when I first started this show, this is what we did. We got on, we talked, we had all kinds of conversation, and occasionally we'll do that again, just because, until we have another co-host added to the lineup. And so if anybody out there knows someone who's outgoing, crazy, in a good way, if they meet all those requirements, I'm looking for a lady to be a co-host. Hoping for some kind of a rock and roll chick or someone who does entertainment. Got to be quick, strong, able to take the pressure. And what I mean by that is, just keep up with the jokes and be funny and don't get. The main requirement is no triggers. Like, you don't get triggered by a joke. Can't really have any of that kind of stuff going on. It just gets too weird. And so what is everybody else doing? Those of you in California, are you going out this evening? Is there some great show going on that's at the Whiskey or somewhere that we should know about? I don't know. And if there's anybody who'd like to come on right now and hang out and talk about whatever, feel free to join me. Just send me a note. Well, I'm going to go ahead and come over here and flick through something, see what I can find to entertain us for a moment. A clip from the past, perhaps. Let's see what we have. Well, we've got a couple of. I don't think we've watched the whole Leland Sklar interview, so I'm going to go ahead and put up a couple of bits of that. Talk amongst yourselves, and I'm going to let Lee talk for a minute. This was an interview we did last year. Never shown it in its entirety. It's just kind of been a, between shows we've run a couple episodes, but this is an interview Julie and I did with Lee, and I hope you'll find it amusing. Come on. Right.
Awful.
I'm sorry. I'm a heartless animal here. I'm addressing. No.
Well, no, you are. I mean, I've been warned about you in the past that you really don't give a shit about people or anything. And this
No,
is
I think they're all, we just killed the poor.
You're going to edit all Julie and I out anyhow, and this will just be you when it airs, won't it?
And that drummer joke is just going to go.
Oh yeah, the drummer's joke will have to go.
Dead
That
in
one
the
really
water.
pissed me off. Beyond. I don't get upset. What do you mean? Let me ask you this: have you ever had? How many biggest fans have you encountered? That just not that they were harmless. Like, how many people have you ever had to run into that just kind of got overwhelming? Is that a common occurrence over decades?
Not really, because the beauty of my gig is, at the end of the day, I'm a sideman. So I don't carry the same kind of effect. Like if somebody meets Phil Collins or James Taylor or any of these people, they're like pissing in their pants and they turn into Ralph Cramden and they don't know what to say. But people that come up to me, they kind of go, "Oh man, didn't you play with James? I saw you guys at Blossom or something. Oh man, I love, man, you all these." It's really a comfortable relationship with fans. I never, and like when we would play places like Blossom Music Center, you've got the sheds, where you got the seats inside and then the big expansive lawn. We would finish sound check and like the band normally would be waiting in the dressing room. I go out and walk around the lawn, meet people and sit down, have some fried chicken with people and shoot the shit with them. I've always been real comfortable with, I don't even want to say fans. I mean, it's just people that, they're there for the music, they're there to present it. And so, like I can sit, like I'll be sitting in LAX and waiting for a flight. And
I'm sure that's
and because of how I look, I've created an image, whether I wanted to or not.
Sure.
And so people recognize you. And sometimes you get the people, you can see them over there going, or I'll be sitting like in the music center or the Amundsen Theater, and I look up a couple of rows in front of me and I see somebody on their phone Googling me to see if that's actually me sitting behind them. But as soon as we talk, man, I disarm the whole situation. I'm real uncomfortable making it about me. So as soon as I meet people,
it's obvious you're a very congenial guy. By your nature, you're wired that way, I think. And other than that serial killer, I don't know, man. I've heard lurking about some guy in LA running over fences late.
I mean, there's always going to be that little bit of a dark side that you just try to avoid capture.
Of course, yes.
Right.
Evade and escape.
Exactly.
I mean,
make sure it's dusk.
Jack Nicholson always said you should always know where the back door is.
Well, it's really true. Or guys like Skunk Baxter, who thinks he's part of the CIA and all this. And
I know. He thinks big thoughts.
Big thoughts. And anytime you go to a restaurant with him, he sits where he'll never sit with his back to the door. Always wants to see who's coming in the room in case he has to make a move.
Right.
I look for the back door only if I want to leave without paying.
There you go.
Sorry, I have to say this.
Hear what you do. Go ahead.
Every single time I hear backdoor between you two, do you know what's going on in my head?
No,
I can imagine.
Out without paying our check, I guess.
No, I keep thinking it's backdoor in the wrong sense.
This is the thing that I think is so fascinating about you, Julie.
What's that?
That because we're sharing minds.
We're all friends.
Yeah.
You can tell us all.
Wait, so what is it? I'd love to hear it.
No, I'm just thinking backdoor too.
It's a song here somewhere.
No, there's no song. There's something more special.
Because it's all that's in my head, and I'm trying not to.
I usually go there to pick up my Chinese
question.
Neil, I'm sorry. This is between Julie and I. Really.
That's okay. I'm gonna dim the lights.
I'll
fade to black.
I'll send you a Polaroid.
Oh my God! You just made me spit all over the place.
Oh no! Here you are. Now you're spewing biological material around.
That's why people have to wear masks now.
Absolutely, that's all because of you, Julie. I'm gonna get the full face one with the fans on it. Look like I'm going into
back
I'm,
of the Nick Willard
I'm
movie.
going to go to a flea market and buy an old diving helmet.
There you go.
Like a sponge one the sponge
With the
divers
beard
have.
sticking out.
Not just
it'll be
with the
perfect,
windows and the
man.
front and the sides, weighs about 300 pounds, and just.
What we can do is get 3 or 4 Leland lookalikes, put them in those helmets and send them down to Grauman's, let them run around. You can make some money each day.
I got to figure out how to make some money because work ain't here anymore.
All right, that was part 1 of Live with Neve with Lee and Julie with me having a fun time. We're going to take a quick break. It is 1:30. I'm amazed we've made it this far. And thank you for joining us. I'm looking through some of our old sounds that we had. Julie's favorite here is the camel being, let's say, abused. Yeah, I just got to get rid of the loop. I don't mind one camel grunt, but we got a message here. Let's see what this is. Okay. Yes, we do too. Gina, Lee he's a prince among men, absolutely. And I'm glad he takes the time to come out and hang with us. We do, Greg.
Hi, I'm trumpeter Greg Adams, and I'm live with Neve.
He'll be live with us on the 20th, and I can't wait. I've also got T-Bear coming up the last week of the month. That would be 27th. And I have a rock and roll chick from New York, Elin Hunter, who is my kind of girl. She's tall, she's blonde, she plays guitar, she sings. I mean, she's just the kind of woman I could get married to, divorce, and buy a house for, or, live on the street or whatever is going to happen. I'm kidding. I really am. But she is just she's too cool for school. Elin rips it up. I like heavy metal chicks. She can tear it up. She looks good. She's got good music. And I think all of you guys will dig her. And I know you gals will too. Oh, look who's here. I have some company here. We have the one and only, this is my sidekick, my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, the slumlord of Detroit himself. Here he is.
What's happening?
Irish, what are you doing, my funk brother?
Man, working my red-headed ass off. That's what I always do anymore. I don't get no time, no breaks.
No breaks.
I get no respect.
You get no respect. I know the problem. I get that all the time. You try and quit smoking cigarettes. My wife and I agreed to that. Problem is, she smokes 2 packs. She smokes 2 packs a day. I've done the same pack of cigarettes for the past year. Every time we have sex, we smoke. But I don't know. Something going wrong here. That's my really lame.
Are you considering that a carton or a pack?
That's a pack.
Oh.
I can't believe you guys who smoke, you pay almost as much for that as people pay for weed. Like, what is it, $10 a pack?
Ladies and gentlemen, Neil has frozen.
Am I frozen? I don't feel frozen. I don't feel tardy. Can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you. You look marvelous.
Am I moving?
Oh, yeah.
Great. Life is groovy then. So you are up there fixing one building at a time. Making Detroit a better place.
One kitchen at a time, people's fuckery, people's nonsense, subcontractors coming in before me, fucking everything up. And they're like, hey, why is this like this? I'm like, what can I do? I'll fix it for you.
You just get me up there. I'll take care of things. You'll have no more problems. Come on. I'm going to bring Nunzio with me. I
bring Nunzio, Mike Imperato. Forget about it.
Nunzio coming. Mike's laying in the back. He's driving the car. He's a good wheelman, He's a former cop. He knows how to drive.
That's right. Exactly.
So how much is a pack of smokes? Our friend, my girl from Australia, Deb Norman, wants to know. How much is a pack of smokes in Detroit?
I think the ones for me are $6.15.
That's
I smoke some off-brand. I smoke some off-brand shit.
Here in New York, a pack of Marlboros is $10 American. Maybe a little more now. I don't know.
I think it's probably comparable here in Detroit for a pack of Marlboros.
$5 for cheap. Toby, you don't smoke, do you? I'm curious.
I think all of us smoked at one point in time. I quit for 7 years, and then my dumb ass picked it back up. Now I can't put it back down.
I was lucky. I quit when I was like in my. I only smoked. I smoked in high school, and then after like a year of being out, I just stopped smoking because I think I got sick and just feeling like hell. Hey Terry, look at this. We got everybody in the house.
Everybody's
I
here.
guess Terry's going. She's got to go to work. Toby pleads the fifth. She does indeed smoke the evil tobacco. For anybody out there who's never been around field tobacco, I don't know if anybody in our audience, I know they don't grow it in Los Angeles as far as I know. Not that they couldn't probably, but growing tobacco is a nasty, nasty business. When you pick it, it's just disgusting, and you'll smell like so horribly. It's just you'll come out, you have that sap, nicotine. It's disgusting. And then you hang these leaves and the sap drips off it. It's just the most nasty shit on earth. And how anybody, like, look, I smoked and I enjoy some good marijuana. I thank you, New Jersey. It's legal here. But the thing is, it's expensive. That's probably why back then that I quit. Truth be told, back then I was probably sick, didn't have much money, and it's just I couldn't do it. But who knows? I never say never. I've quit things and taken them back up again. So you never know.
You never know, man.
You
So what's
never
been
know.
going on, man? I see Sam's been on the damn TV. You're running all over the place. Got guests coming on. And I'm stuck fixing units. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah, well, I'm busy. I've got people to do, things to see. People are coming. People are going.
Oh,
Raising capital. I got people sneaking around in the bushes. I don't know what they're up to, but I just emptied the ashtrays down off the porch on them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard my neighbors. There's a crack house somewhere here, and they said the stick people are downtown in force. So I told them that's great. I'll keep an eye out for them. If I see any, I'll let you know. There's
I got to do one thing though.
What's that?
So I was a lone wolf flying around, putting in my carpentry, doing my thing. But I hired my people, man, and I got to give a shout out to them. Oh,
you got two ladies working for you, right?
Yep. I got Anna, I got Dominique, and I got Jonathan, all on crew, and they're all killing it, man. And we're working great, man. We're all making a lot of money.
That's the American way. So, Deb, what do you pay for smokes down in Australia? How many pounds or whatever you use? And Toby was down there at the whiskey last night, headbanging. They were watching Fozzy, Chris Jericho, the wrestler.
Yeah, that's a damn good band, actually.
They are. I watched
the wrestler would be as talented as he is, but that's actually damn
the band was good. I watched them. She had posted some stuff last night, and I went, wow, these guys. At first, I had a chuckle, but I have another friend of mine who's involved with wrestling. He's a really great rock and roll guy, Kenny McGee. He used to have a band called Lefty. They were very good in Tampa. He's up in Nashville, or he's up in Tennessee now. I don't really know what he's doing these days, but I'm sure more of the same. Wow, do you hear this? Smokes in Australia, Deb. Wow, man.
What are they?
Holy cow, they're $30 a pack. Holy shit.
Nope.
Wow. I can't smoke even
grass before I do that one.
$30?
Oh,
it's kind of grim, man. It sounds like you're talking, that's not what we call professional quality.
Wow.
Nah, $35. That doesn't buy much in New York. They'll get you a homeless guy to spend the night with you.
We're gonna go embarrass people.
Oh, we're gonna embarrass people. I haven't heard from someone in a while. It concerns me. Have you heard from Rich Parada? He's kind of fallen off the radar.
Man, I haven't.
His page is gone, and I'm concerned about him. I know one of our other friends reached out, and he just wanted some time, but I hope he's feeling okay.
We might have to go on an exploratory mission to find the madman himself.
Well, that's it. And if we have to, we'll get down there. I'll get Giacomo. He's good at that stuff. Skip Tracer.
Man, because I follow when he writes and stuff. He draws him when I can. I have not heard from Rich.
I haven't heard from him either. Toby's commenting. his social media is all gone. He has one. I found an old social media page that was him from like 10, 20 years ago. It was really weird. And he had his hair all coiffed, like he looked like he was doing the suit gig at Marvel. So, at any rate, if anybody's out there, Rich, we love you, man, and hope you're doing well. Just taking a break, a hiatus, if you will.
Yeah,
and,
calling all crazy bastards. Where you at, man?
Yeah, we crazy bastards have to look out for each other.
Yeah, we do too.
Some things I have to do is we got to try and get Kinky on again. I'm going to go ahead and give him a call after the show. I'll actually wait till about 2:00. The Kinkster's an old guy, man. He does not want to get up at like 8 in the morning. He wants to be up, when the sun is warm.
Well, what do you think of this fine Detroit weather, man?
Well, I'm not real thrilled with it.
No, it's kind of crappy today.
We're about to get hit with 2 days of like a mini nor'easter flooding in our streets and all that crap. So I'm not real thrilled about the weekend, but I'm living fine up here on the hill, so I don't think the ocean's going to flood. Not us, anyway.
All right, man. I'm gonna show you guys my my work site here.
All right, here we go. We're taking a tour with Irish.
Yeah, we go.
Detroit.
We got the music blaring. This is what we do. We have our makeshift paint booth where we're painting doors.
Mm-hmm.
We got all kinds of doors getting painted.
Right.
Uh-oh, they got the boom box going. Can't go wrong with that. Let me see where I can find these rascals. They're hiding on me. They know I'm on some bullshit.
That's it. They're hiding.
As you can see, these are starting to come together, man.
They are. They're definitely coming together.
And this is what I do with my days. The old Irishman just goes and goes and goes. There's one of them right there.
What's up?
Hey, girl, what's happening? Bring her over here. What's happening, dude?
Who's that?
Hey, you're on live with Neve. How's this guy treating you?
That would be Jonathan.
Ask him, how's he treating you? This is Ice Sky investigation. We're looking into allegations that Irish tried to bugger you.
Well, then there's always that. Say hi.
Hello.
That's Anna. And now I got one to go. Where's that one at? We're gonna go get her.
Kim's offering you a little job there, Irish.
Oh yeah.
She's offering you a little. She's got a little. She needs you to get down there and check the plumbing. Bring the ladies on. You got any women working for you today?
And this is Dominique.
How you doing, girl? You're on live with Neve. What's happening?
We're on my show.
She's on my show.
Me and Neil, man.
We're rocking
now
the house.
Fairly embarrassed, going, wonder what the hell I'm
I know.
doing.
Is there anybody else
My
looking
job's
embarrassed?
accomplished.
You've accomplished that one. I like the idea of a cabana. Exactly. It needs replacing. I love it. Yeah, you got to keep them on their toes, Kim. Don't pay them too much too soon. Make it work for every dime.
That's my problem, man. I'm a firm believer in you pay people what they got coming. So I do exactly the opposite of what bulk contractors do. Is I give them their money. I take a very small cut instead of taking a very large cut and giving them the rest.
Hey, you know what? That'll keep people loyal if you treat them good. No doubt about that. Well, I don't know. I've treated some people good and they fucking disappear, but that won't go commented on.
Yeah, I just kind of decided, man, I'm not going to run a traditional company that, they profit off of everybody so heavily.
Right.
And I could, but I'm not going to.
Well, I don't blame you, man. It's better to keep that money. What in the God's name is that? Is it raining?
Oh, yeah.
That's what I hear. Oh, man. So, Irish, let's see. We got Cabana Boy offers. We got Toby's got something going on tonight. This is Kenny Lee's band. For anybody watching, Kenny Lee Lewis will be out. He is one of Toby's acts that she promotes, and I hope you go out and check them out because they're excellent. And for anybody
she
watching,
always posted good videos of them too. She puts them up, and it gives them live. There's always live shows, something going on with Toby for sure.
Yeah, for sure. She's always got good stuff. I'm a professional cabana boy. There you go, Jace. Maybe Kim or Toby or Tova could use your services.
Jesus.
Here we are making hookups. Listen, we think about that. We already have experience. We've
He is a cabana boy? I don't think so.
No. Remember this. We had a true romance on Live with Neve. We had a marriage come out of our show. Hadn't been for my show. Think about it. Our rent man.
True story.
He was dipping his pen in Company Ink, man, and next thing you know, he's getting married.
Those guys are great, man. I love Debbie and Mike.
They're perfectly suited for each other. And
yeah, they're both full of shit all the time. It's hilarious.
They are. I had never thought Mike could find a woman who'd stand him. I'm being facetious, Mike. But in the case of those two, they are genetically predisposed to each other.
I wouldn't even say they're peanut butter and jelly. They're just jam and jelly. It's the same stuff.
Yeah, they're an interesting pair. He's coming back. They're up in Maine right now, and I think they're coming back and going to be staying somewhere in Jersey. So I'm hoping we're going to.
Mike's up in Maine in a cryogenic state. He doesn't like the cold.
Yeah, it's fucking cold. He gets up. That boy. He's not used to the cold. For having lived in New York as long as he did, you'd think he'd laugh at that shit. When I lived here all the time, like when I was a kid. In the spring, I'd go skiing in my blue jeans cut off at the legs, What do we got here? Oh, man, we got all kinds of stuff. Oh, that's not what we want to see. That's a sad story.
I can't see none of it. It's so tiny, I can't read it.
Well, that's okay. You're not missing anything. We're just totally sullying your reputation, whatever is left of it.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't scare us with marriage and romance stories. Yeah, you got to remember the words of the immortal Frank Zappa. Broken hearts are for assholes.
True story.
It's the best way to look at things. When it's over, it's over. And be done and make a clean break.
Very good.
To live in the future, not in the past. Peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, man.
So I think I'm going to have some peanut butter and jam today. We can hold the peanut butter and just keep the jam part.
I tell you what, I was out and went to a bakery and they had those old school scones. They had this she was an old lady making them. Boy, they were good. She had made the raspberry preserves to put on top of it. Oof, that was a good one.
That's good stuff.
Oh yeah, I still can't get over the food.
Oh man, if the show goes to food, anybody here thinking about cooking something great tonight, lay it on us. I know I'm definitely doing some red meat, big piece of slab of meat, dark, crusty, red inside. Oh yeah. And for the vegans in the house, I'm gonna eat 2 Brussels sprouts. Here's mud in your eye. There you go. Brussels sprouts ain't too bad now. No, I do like me some Brussels sprouts every now and again. I'll throw in some garlic, make them with heavy garlic and a little butter. They're pretty good.
Yeah, you fry them. I
don't want to eat them all the time, but they're okay. I like asparagus. I bake and cook. All right, we've got a baker and cooker in the house. We're gonna send her some. I'd have her make some down under hash brownies. Oh. Actually, we want to see if our friends down there can get us a couple of boxes of those toads that you can get high off of. We'll have a contest, and one of our fans can get lucky, and we'll do a clinical experiment with them. They get to do some toad licking. Yeah, there's going to have to be heavy waivers if you start doing clinical experiments on this show. We'll definitely have heavy waivers. My lawyers are already working on it. It'll be tight. It's just a 1,400-page document. Just sign it at the end of it. It'll be fine. What can go wrong? I got Jerry Springer's lawyer. It's bloody airtight, man. Oh, God, Springer. He's such a shit stain on the couch, man. He really knows how to find. What a joyous person. Oh, God. I have to say, though, the fact is the guy made a pile of money. He had one fucked up scheme. Just find the most dysfunctional, abused, downtrodden, fucked up people. Then make fun of them. People tune in and watch the train wrecks of wrecks. Put a ring bell in there and let everybody just start beating on each other and what says wonderful, daytime television like that. It's amazing. I really, it's amazing how many people really dug that show for a long time.
Oh, it was huge.
It's sort
It
of
was
now,
huge.
it's been taken over now. You've got like World Star Hip Hop, which just
Or
has
the Maury Povich show. You are not the father. Jeez.
Yeah. That's the last show I would ever go on and I'd be up all night long the night before going, what the fuck is this?
Neil, you are the father. So son of a bitch again.
They're gonna have to serve somebody, but it ain't gonna be me because I'm not gonna be around. They're gonna find me.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you Neil Van Erdy? No, sir. I am Ernest Stone, and dipping the pen in company ink. Oh, my former art teacher is laughing at my dipping the pen in the company ink.
I mean, it kind of coincides with art, right?
Absolutely. It always got me into trouble.
Oh, jeez.
That whole art thing.
That's when you wish you had a pen with an eraser on it. There's those mistaken nights, buddy.
Hey, man, there's a few things in all of our pasts we'd like to erase, believe me. So we got Gina up here. She's apparently not looking for marriage at this point. So let's see who else we got. Deborah bakes and cooks, so she's got some brownie points there.
All right, bakes,
Literally.
cooks. It's like the old Irish kid, man. He walks, he talks, he's laughs, he's good with pets and kids. Hire him on. He'll entertain you, I promise.
Oh man, we're gonna go out. We need some of our fans to get busy and get us some disciples for the cult. We're gonna start our own retreat center out in Los Angeles. Do sort of a Scientology thing, but more fun.
We're gonna have to start a bail fund before we do that.
Yeah.
Once the bail fund's up to like 10 grand, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
For like a week or two.
That definitely, I can cover that. We're okay on that factor,
Oh no.
You never know. Depending on who you have working for you, it's sometimes a good idea to keep a little bit of bail money around.
You ain't kidding, buddy. You ain't kidding. We are the Isle of Misfit Toys.
That's it, man. That is a great song, by the way, by John 5. That is killer. Have you heard that tune?
I know that one, and I also know there's another one. It's called The Front Porch Step. That's the band name. It's the Isle of the Misfit Boy. It's kind of like a little thrashy, kind of poppy thing. But boy, is it a depressing ass song if you're listening to it.
That's just what I need. Nah, I have had enough depressing songs, I want to hear some Led Zeppelin when I get off today. Crank it up real loud. Terrorize.
Yeah, throw some Levy Break on. We'll jam out.
Oh, definitely. Yes. Be careful. I taught you pen and ink.
Oh.
This is my favorite teacher of all time. I mean, really, really great lady. And I just pulled off my hearing. There we go. Now I can hear what's going on. Check.
All right.
Yeah, she was. When I got to school, I'd been in boarding school, so my last year of school was spent at Plant City High School, which is a little different than where I went and attended previously. I got there and I had to take driver's ed. I took weightlifting for idiots or whatever it was, rocks for jocks.
Uh-oh.
I took art and I took work study so I could get off and go to work. And I played in a band at the whole year. I played at night, gigging and stuff. And it was a hoot. I mean, it was really, but her class was my favorite class of all of them. And it was great fun. It's like the only one I regularly went to. I got to tell you, it was just like her class I didn't cut. I don't think I ever cut art class, but there was a few of the others. It was like the jocks hanging out there,
Yeah.
I had a couple in there that I used to torment. I had a guy who was always hitting on my girlfriend, and I'd go up and talk to him. I'd meet him alone I'd see him alone, and he'd immediately head the other way to try and get away. And he was a big, tall, lanky fella. And I finally told him in the hallway, look, you talk that way to my girlfriend again, I'll kick your ass. So if you'd like, why don't we just settle this right now? I'll just whip your ass now, and you won't do it again, will you? And he was like, no, man. And then that's what he does. I had to take the bus a couple days later. Now, his brother was in my class. It was a football player, big guy. Well, they came up to me, and basically I told the big football guy who wanted to fight me for his brother, I said, what, you got to take up for your sissy brother's problems? I said, I'll fight both of you if you want, but one at a time. And he liked my spirit, I guess, because he didn't really want to fight either. And I had long hair, and that was from New York, so I was questionable. They didn't fight with me, and I get an A. But yeah, it was like kind of thing. Some people are just jerks, you know. The guy had no manners. He was like going up and saying rude and vulgar stuff. And
well, sometimes those guys need to get a little check in their diet.
I kind of really wished, but what I said, the best part of it was that guy was a runner. He's real serious about it. Now, when I was that age, I wasn't serious about anything but drums, women, and drums and cars. Yeah. Not even sure in what order, but I did not go out and jog and run for 20 miles. I played drums for 6 hours a day. You know, that was my exercise. When he'd run by my house, I'd yell at him, "Getting hot out there, isn't it?" I'd be like, "You want a water?" And then I'd see him in school, and I'd go.
So you just basically tormented him. Basically.
I tormented him, and then in gym class, I could never beat him, not regularly, but I could occasionally beat him. So what I did is I just started running, and I'd always just pace behind him 10 paces, and I'd stay with him through it, and I'd mutter shit at him under my breath until he'd be wrecked with rage.
Asshole.
I'd be like, I'd say, "Yeah, I saw you running last night, bitch. Running by my house, working so hard. I was sitting on my deck playing music, listening to Led Zeppelin, smoking weed, and looking at your dumbass out there running." And then I go, "And I'm 10 feet behind you, and I'm not even barely sweating, man. You getting nervous yet?" The guy, he hated my guts, man, and I hated him. You know, talk to my girlfriend that way, I'll kick your ass.
There's always a couple people in IC like that. But hey, man, the property owner series waiting on me. I got to roll. I just wanted to drop and say hi to everybody. Irish misses you guys.
I miss you too, and we all miss you. And you're at the end of the show, so thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk maybe tomorrow or maybe later or sometime.
Very soon. Everybody,
cheers, buddy. Be safe out there. All right. So that was it. That was Irish, and we're talking about all kinds of fun stuff. It is almost the end of the broadcast. I'm not going to bother with any more commercials and things like that. Let's see. What am I going to do this weekend? Well, I'm going to go to the Kentucky Derby party tomorrow. And other than that, I think I'm going to cook some good food. I think I'm going to stay in the house and clean my studio, which has been having an amazing difference, what I've been working on. It's coming along really nice. Finally getting stuff integrated that I acquired. All right, Deb's chilling. And Phyllis, how's your new horse? Just type in there in the remarks, if you will. I'm curious how the beast is doing. A friend of mine, she bought a horse, for those of you who like horses and horsery, equine type activities. I do. I learned the hard way in Florida not to stand behind horses. I learned all kinds of things in Florida, believe me. Lock and load. Any rate, it's 2 minutes till we're out of here. I really hope everybody has a good weekend. I thank you for watching the show. Today we've got Bert Higgins at 4:00. He's actually going to be there today. And I hope everybody just has a real nice weekend. You know, I hope you're with somebody you love. And if you're not, I don't know, love the one you're with, as they'd say. But, you know, if you're having a hard time in life, you know, sometimes take a little time and reflect and change things. Don't get stuck. And if you get stuck, get unstuck. And on that note, I'm going to see what we've got to roll out of here with. Okay. Let's just say we're going to go. I see one more couple of comments here before we go. Thank you. To Finger Lakes, to continue training and run a racer when I run my Maserati. You can pick me up here in New York with it. Ha ha. Maybe downtown. Oh, you're great, Deb. We're glad. Thank you so much for watching. You're a sweetheart. In fact, all of our ladies here who are watching, Love you all, and hope you have a great weekend. And I'm going to go back to signing off. And remember, if you know anybody who's a potential host for the show, I need a co-host. I want somebody who's funny, talented, and that's it. They've got to be strong. So it's not easy to be in this army. Okay. Again, we'll see you next time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.